Jeff.
And Connor.
How's the tour been so far?
It's been fun. First couple days were pretty hard because we've never done a Warped Tour before.
This is your first year?
Yeah. So we didn't know what we needed. We didn't have a tent or
Didn't know what was going on. It was just like getting thrown into a tornado.
Did everything get like established then?
Yeah, it took a couple days.
Took a couple days.
It's cool now. I'm having fun and things are going well. But at first we were like, we want to go home.
You mean like a vendor tent?
Yeah, that's what we needed. Yeah, we just showed up. We're like, cool, let's play. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, but we're cool now.
So what are you guys doing after the tour? I know I read somewhere that you guys were going to take the rest of the year off to work on the album.
We were, but now we're taking 2 solid months off.
Yep.
And then we're doing how long?
We're doing a month. We're doing the whole month of November with 18 Visions.
Okay.
But then we're taking 2 months off before that to just work on writing and demoing and stuff.
So you don't have anything new written yet?
Yeah, we do.
We got some stuff written, but like it really has to be put together.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you gonna take like that time off because I heard you had some recent lineup changes and
Yeah, we have a new drummer now, but I mean, it's good to get him up to speed. But mostly, it's time to write. You know what I mean? We haven't written together in well over a year now.
We've been so busy with touring, pretty much nonstop
Since like May 2003.
Yeah, that we haven't had a chance to sit down and be creative at all.
Right.
It's time to just take a break from the touring and get back to the other end of things.
Yeah.
I know that your music covers a lot of different genres, like the pop and the hardcore, and everything just blends together really nicely. Well, how would you define your sound?
We've never been one for rock and roll, punk rock, whatever you want to call it. Just as long just people listen to it, call it what they want.
The whole subgenre thing is kind of blown out and ridiculous, and it's lame. The screamo, pop, hardcore, post, screamy, whatever, deathcore, jump kick, backflip, violin core, whatever. Yeah, it's.
Where do you think it comes from? The need to categorize like that, subcategorize.
I think it started with like maybe even just bands sort of trying to be clever and separate themselves from something, but then it's more you know what I mean, like people are like, well, we're not hardcore
rather than coming from
we're post-hard. It's like trying to be different,
hardcore, a little bit of this, I think it just picked up, and I guess now everybody wants to say the latest buzzword.
I think it's core.
Yeah,
that's the word. If you guys weren't in the band right now, what would you be doing?
Probably be dead. Maybe working on. I used to do a lot of design work, but
like interior or just.
Oh no, like graphic design. I would like to do interior design.
So far now,
if I could, I would in a second.
I'd be working at a trucking company because that's what I was doing before I was in the band. I was a dispatcher at a trucking company, so I'd still be doing that, and I'd probably be dead due to exhaustion and stress and drugs.
How is playing in the United States different from playing in Canada, if there is any difference?
It's really not as different as you might think.
In certain areas.
Yeah, it really depends. Like when you get into like North Ontario, it's pretty starved for music and stuff like that. Not a lot of bands will venture up there, and so kids, they'll come out to shows, and it's different. Definitely, it's a different feeling too.
Yeah. But like when you're like main cities, like around where we're from, like Toronto and whatnot, it's seriously no different than playing, anywhere else in the U.S. Like any major market, it's pretty much the exact same.
I know that the lyrics to some of your songs have been questioned to be somewhat violent. I mean, I know you probably don't take from experience, but I just wonder what stems from that. Like, what are your influences for lyrics and music?
It's not. I think people just misinterpret most of the time. We're not
take things too literally.
Yeah, way too literally. Like
Of course, there is literal references. And, there's very strong metaphors, but. It's all in good fun.
Yeah,
we kid.
We love
no
lovers, and
What are your musical influences?
Through the band, it's different for everybody, but like stuff we all love is stuff like Lifetime, Jawbreaker.
Absolutely.
My biggest influence is stuff like the Smiths, Morrissey.
Nirvana.
Old grunge
stuff.
Love old grunge stuff. But I don't know, man. Like even stuff NoFX, 7 Seconds, you name
Propaganda.
Is there anybody here on the tour that really you look up to?
I think just bands like NoFX are awesome.
I'd say NoFX. I was a NoFX fan since I was like 12 years old, so it's pretty cool.
It's for me, bands like Bad Religion too, stuff like that. Just bands that have been doing it a long time and know what it's all about.
Where do you see the band in the next 2 years?
I don't know, touring. Somewhere, who knows?
Probably be doing much the exact same thing we're doing now.
Yeah,
killing ourselves touring.
Yeah.
Positive outlook.
Hey,
Yeah, sure.
Dead of some sort of drug overdose. Who knows?
So, in terms of I've access to like a couple of other bands before. In reference to how people are always talking about, people are sellouts because they started here and they've moved to this level. Are you guys looking to embrace success, or do you want to kind of get to a certain plateau and just say, this is where we are, and we're fine with this, we don't want to be millionaires, we don't want to be pop stars? Like, what's next? What do you guys want to do?
I don't, it's not a matter of what, everybody wants to be able to do something and be successful at it. But I mean, we have no delusions of grandeur. We're not hoping to get out there and be like the next huge thing. Just
it'd be cool. Like we're not the type of band like nah, fuck selling out. That's not cool. We'll never do that. Like
I just don't think selling out really applies.
It's not even
if you're doing something you love and you know what I mean.
Yeah, like if you're playing music live to tons of kids and having a great time and you're making money at the same time, I see absolutely nothing wrong with that. Like
as long as you're not compromising yourself or
if you're not compromising the integrity of your music and what what you set out to do as a band initially. Then it's cool. Do what you got to do.
Because the bigger you get, I guess, means the more people that are embracing it, right? So I mean, everybody wants to be heard.
So I support that fully.
How many artists you grow too?
Well, that's
your
it.
Fans they don't know you as people.
That's it. You're like the dancing monkey that goes and
through that spurned maybe this new movement of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so to them, looking at it, well, that was the previous couple albums were your favorite. And you've changed, you've sold out.
Yeah,
well, especially because you can't keep everybody happy ever. Like, there's always gonna be kids who be like, no, screw that band after like one album. But you can't keep everyone happy. You just gotta keep ourselves happy.
Yeah, not to say there aren't sellouts. I mean, there are.
There's always people that have just decided like, well, if we play this will be huge.
Right.
They get their thing for a couple of years.
It happens,
And a lot of even some of the style of music that we play, we don't even necessarily listen to a lot of that. Most of what we listen to on the road is stuff that sort of we grew up with instead of
instead of what we play now.
Yeah.
The difference between like selling out and evolving your musical style, or just basically just changing your style because it's going to sell records. Like we all started if Limp Bizkit came back when it started becoming rapcore, that's selling out. But if Boys Night Out comes out with another CD and it's still a Boys Night Out CD and it's either slightly poppier or slightly heavier or slightly darker or slightly anything, it's an evolution. It's not selling out.
You're the manager.
He's the manager.
That's
if they sell out, it's my fault.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, it isn't. It's not cool.
Go on.
Get out of here.
At least I'm interrupting a band I manage.